All right, I'm back. It is 6 in the afternoon. It is day 35 of this challenge. I didn't grind for day 34 because I didn't feel like it. And you're probably asking, shouldn't I be in the pyramid since on day 33 I put myself in a save state where after I got the guardian hieroglyphs drop, I created a save state? Well, I was recording earlier and I got the lethal snake hieroglyphs drop, and I somehow broke the game. And what I mean by broke the game is once I got the lethal snake hieroglyphs drop and I tried to go back to the entrance of the pyramid to get the arachnids drop, no enemies spawned for some reason. Like literally none. And I was like, hold up, something's not right. So I kept reloading the save state to see what was wrong. And at first I thought it was killing the lethal snake hieroglyph, because that was the last hieroglyph enemy that's on the wall. But nope, that's not the case. See, once you exit the pyramid, a person named the Star Master takes poo away from you so that he can learn PSI Starstorm, and you're without poo for a while. You know, it's to progress the story. It turns out that broke the pyramid, and I was sitting here for like 10 minutes trying to figure out to how do I want to do this. And it came down to this. I have to redo the whole pyramid. So yes, I have to get all the drops I just got in the pyramid days ago. And I have to do it again because I broke the game. And you might be saying, oh, just load that save state right there and just go back up. You can't go back up once you get to the bottom of the pyramid. So I literally broke the game. So I'm just back at the start. I literally have to get all the drops again. So yeah, those few days of progress are lost now because I have to redo all of that. So yeah, for the edited version, erase the drops I got and put it back to where it originally was before I started the pyramid editor Mali, because I literally broke the game. I have to do all of that again. All right, so there's the Fear Shattered Man, which has a 64 in 128 chance of dropping a mummy wrap. So since it is a very high drop rate, I have a very high chance of getting it first try here. Okay, we got the drop. But yeah, this was my only solution, to just redo all of the progress. I spent literal days trying to get these drops, by the way. And I have to do it all over again because I broke the game. Alright, the Guardian Hieroglyph has an 8 in 128 chance of dropping a Pharaoh's Curse. So yeah, note, if you're doing this challenge, make sure you get all the enemies drops before you leave. Because at first I thought these enemies were permanent. Ooh, I got the Guardian Hieroglyphs drop on the first try. I was not expecting that at all. Like, I'm being so serious right now. I was not expecting that one bit. Dude, that just made it easier for me. So yeah, I thought these enemies were permanent, but I guess that's not the case. Because apparently you need poo in your party for these enemies to spawn. Which makes no sense whatsoever to me. So yeah, I'm not gonna make the same mistake. Alright, let's get the Lethal Snake Hieroglyphs drop. They have a 4 in 120 chance of also dropping a Pharaoh's Curse. So this really shouldn't be too bad. It should be pretty straightforward. And the reason why I want to get the Hieroglyph enemies out the way is because their drops are harder to get than the other enemies here in the pyramid. Because while they do spawn permanently in certain rooms of the pyramid, you know, they're usually grouped up with other enemies, which lowers the drop rates. That's why I always single out enemies. So yeah. You really want to make sure to get the Hieroglyph enemies drops first. And if you're playing on a version of EarthBound with save states, use a save state on the Hieroglyph enemies that spawn on the walls, because they're always singled out if you fight one from the wall. Because if you fight the ones that spawn permanently, it'll be a lot harder to get their drop. Oh yeah, my plan earlier was to get the Lethal Snake Hieroglyphs drop, then get the Arachnids drop, then get the Petrified Royal Guards drop. But that whole enemies not spawning thing, it just broke the game for some reason. Because I didn't have poo. Like, I even looked it up on Google, and not even Google was willing to help. Because it literally lied to me. I even used a guide. I used a guide that's used to beat this game. And even that didn't help. Like, dude, the one time I want the internet to come in clutch, it just didn't want to help me. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Please kill him. Please kill him. Please kill him. Okay, Pooh is on 8 HP. He needs some help. Doesn't matter, we didn't even get the drop anyway. Smash hit. Ooh, 471 damage. 471. Wait. Dang it, I forgot the number already. But it doesn't matter about the number. What matters is how many encounters it takes to get these drops. And just getting the drop in general. I don't care how many... I don't care how many encounters it takes to get these drops. I need them. Because I broke the game earlier. So yeah, that's something new I learned about this game. Is that you apparently need poo for the enemies to spawn in the pyramid. Which makes no sense. At all. And I could just do a few locations with drops in them and then get poo back in the deep darkness swamp. But I don't want to do all that. Because I literally have to go through 2 entire locations and a boss just to get poo back. Okay, I would rather have my party members get solidified than get bit. Because the lethal snake hieroglyphs, biting attacks do a lot of damage. And the party is not doing great. And keep in mind, I barely entered the pyramid. But I'm telling you, the pyramid is one of the toughest dungeons in the game. You will get your HP depleted in this dungeon. Like, when I first played this game, it was definitely one of the hardest parts of the game. And if I'm being honest, I don't even know how I managed to get through this dungeon on the first try when I played this game for the first time. But yeah, the only thing that makes this dungeon tough is just the enemies you fight here. Like, navigating the pyramid is pretty straightforward and simplistic. Like, it's just the fact that the enemies do so much damage to you. And they take a lot of hits to go down too. Especially the fierce shattered man and the petrified royal guard. Because the petrified royal guard is literally made of bricks. And then the fierce shattered man just has high defense. And yeah, I know I could just use PSI to help beat these enemies. But the thing about PSI is that you usually want to save PSI for bosses. Since bosses have, significantly more HP than the enemies. It makes sense because they're bosses. So yeah, that's why you usually don't see me using PSI on normal enemies most of the time. Because I usually save PSI for bosses. Dude, I just realized I'm only 15 minutes into the recording in day 35. And I have a feeling that I'm gonna get the lethal snake hieroglyphs drop in a few minutes. And once I get this guy's drop, I'm already halfway through the pyramid drops. Because there's only 5 to get here. the other drops shouldn't be too bad because they have the same drop rates as the lethal snake hieroglyph, which is 4 in 128. It is going to be a lot more difficult to get those enemies drops because they're usually grouped up with other enemies. But other than that, it really shouldn't be too bad. You know, when I have to make the movie for this challenge redemption, the pyramid is going to be one interesting section of the video. You know, last time when I did this challenge, I lost progress because my game decided to not save one day, even though I literally did save the game. But for the redemption, I lost progress because I broke the game somehow. But at least this time I didn't lose massive amounts of progress. You know, if I had a nickel for every time I lost progress during this challenge, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that I've lost progress twice during this challenge. But hey, the game decided to be nice to me for a few minutes after I had to redo all my progress. And Pooh is dead. We love it when people die. Ooh. Dude, these hieroglyph enemies do so much damage to you. And the thing about these hieroglyph enemies is that the game forces you to fight them. You can't get around them. And that's going to become a problem when I have to get the other drops. Because, you know, I have to single these enemies out so that the drop rates don't get lower. But they literally made these rooms so narrow and so small to the point where I can't really single enemies out. Like, you guys saw what happened on day 33. I spent like more than 30 minutes trying to single out one of these hieroglyph enemies. Only to find out that I just can't because the rooms are too narrow. So it's going to become a problem once I have to do the other enemies. Especially the arachnid. Ooh, yes. Yes. There we go. We got the lethal snake hieroglyphs drop. Pharaoh's curse. Two Pharaoh's curses for Jeff. Wait, what? Wait, where's the other one? Oh, Ness has it. I forgot to give it to Jeff. Dude, I was literally about to question reality. I was gonna be like, wait, didn't I get the Guardian hieroglyphs drop? But it just turns out I just forgot to give it to Jeff, I meant. No, don't do it. You monkey, you did it. You did it. Oh my god, you monkey. You massive monkey. Manipulate RNG. Imagine if I get the Guardian Hieroglyphs to drop again from manipulating the RNG there. But it's not likely to happen. And I don't need to get the Guardian Hieroglyphs to drop again, because I already got it. But I'm just saying, it would be cool. Okay, we gotta do something. Yeah, I think Pooh's gonna have to sacrifice this bowl of rice gruel. There's no point of having the bowl of rice gruel. I don't know why I kept it in Pooh's inventory for so long. And we're gonna have to sacrifice a bottle of water. So you need to bring a ton of food before going into the pyramid dungeon. And you have to make the food last as long as possible. It's called being efficient. And that's exactly why I didn't waste money on food a few days ago. Because Paula already has so much food. Like, Paula's inventory is basically, well, most of Paula's inventory is just food. Look at this. We're stacked on double burgers. We got a picnic lunch, a croissant, a beef jerky, and a large pizza. We'll be good for a while. Now, it's not necessary for me to fight these other hieroglyph enemies, because I already got the hieroglyphs drops. But, you know, I just want to get them out the way so that they don't bother me, because these guys are kind of annoying to fight. Like, he's literally summoning lightning at us. Like, this is pathetic, bro. I'm getting beat up by a drawing on a wall. Like, do you realize how sad that is? Some teenage kids are being beat up by drawings on a wall. Like, the soldiers made of bricks, the mummies, and the spiders I can get. But come on, guys, it's drawings on a wall. Now that I think about it, it's never explained how they just come to life. And yeah, I know they're under the evil influence of Gygus, but you know, that's something I want explained to me. Like, I know most of the enemies fight you because they're under Gygus's evil influence. Like the animals in OneNet, or the humans that sometimes fight you. But what about inanimate objects? What makes them come to life? Is it the evil influence? Does the evil influence make them sentient all of a sudden? Because otherwise I have no idea why we're fighting literal cars and street signs. Bag of Dragonite. I'm giving that to Jeff. Nope. Just let me free. Let me free. Yes, just let me free. Okay, there's the arachnid. And Ness already gets poisoned. That's just great. And then Jeff catches a freaking cold. You know, I don't even know why the arachnid plays battle against an unsettling opponent. Like, dude. If anything, the party members should be more scared of the hieroglyphs rather than the spiders. Like, you guys do realize, bro, look at what these hieroglyph enemies are doing to me. Holy voice crack. Dude, I don't know why my voice cracked there all of a sudden. Okay, I'm gonna use the secret herb for Ness's poison. And then I'm gonna heal Jeff's cold. Because I don't have any more secret herbs. And no, I'm not actively grinding for the Petrified Royal Guards or the Arachnids drop yet. Oh, I don't even know why I chose regular attacks. They're made of bricks. I barely do any damage to these things. Well, except for Ness, because we all know Ness is a tank. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Okay, Jeff does a little bit of damage to it too. Oh. Jeff just survived mortal damage. Dude, if the wind breathes, what am I? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Why did I word it like that? Dude, if the wind blows too hard, Jeff is gonna die. He's on 1 HP right now. Dude. Yeah, we're gonna have to sacrifice another bottle of water. See, critical thinking. I'm making the food last as long as possible. Okay, let's get this guy out the way. Dude, I've only been recording for 28 minutes. I felt like it's been way longer than that. And that's the thing with this challenge. Like, sometimes it just feels like things take a while to do, when in reality, you only spent like half an hour doing it. Like, you lose a sense of time in this challenge.
You haven't fed your dog today, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get this arachnid singled out. It's really difficult to single out these arachnids. Cause they usually spawn with. Wait, no. No, that could be it. That could be it. Okay, I'm gonna try to run away from this Petrified Royal Guard. Because we're not trying to grind for this guy's drop yet. Okay, he wasted a turn. That's good. He wasted a turn. Now let me run away. Thank you. I'm gonna try to deload that Guardian Hieroglyph from the screen. I didn't mean to do that. Oh. Wait, hold up. Hold up. This could work. It worked. I'm big brain. See, you gotta trust the process. All right, we have the arachnids singled out. They have a 4 in 128 chance of dropping a beef jerky. So that's good that they're going to drop more food for us. The more food, the better. But let's start.